Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to a brand new video. We've got a good one here for you today, folks. The director of Home Alone 2, that's right, you heard that right, you heard that very clearly and effectively and professionally, ladies and gentlemen. The director of Home Alone 2 is regretting having Donald Trump play a role in Home Alone 2. And frankly, I agree with the guy. Who the hell wants Donald Trump? Surely I don't. Let's get into this new reporting and figure out what all it says in today's video. This reporting is by People. The article is titled, Home Alone 2 director Chris Columbus says Trump's cameo in the movie has become this curse. Adds, I wish it was not there. Trump appears in a short scene, the article reads, ladies and gentlemen, at the Plaza Hotel, which he owned at the time. Ladies and gentlemen, the article reads, Home Alone 2 director Chris Columbus is opening up about the film Cameo. He regrets an appearance by President Donald Trump in the 1992 film Columbus, 66, who also helmed the first Home Alone, Mrs. Doubtfire, and the first two Harry Potter films, among others, spoke to the San Francisco Chronicle in an interview published April 14th about the cameo. He called it an albatross for me, and said he wishes it was gone. In the movie, Macaulay Culkin, Macaulay Culkin's Kevin McAllister gets lost in New York City. When he ends up at the Plaza Hotel, Trump, who owned the hotel at the time and was a larger-than-life figure in New York City real estate, appears in a small part. Columbus told Business Insider in 2020 that Trump did bully his way into the movie and only agreed to let the crew film there if they let him appear in the movie. Trump, now 78, disputed that in a 2023 post on his Truth Social platform. I was very busy and didn't want to do it, Trump wrote, per the Chronicle. They were very nice, but above all, persistent. Excuse me. I agreed, and the rest is history. That title is, excuse me. That title was excuse me. I agreed. The rest is history. That little cameo took off like a rocket, and the movie was a big success and still is, especially Christmas time. People call me whenever it is aired. Now, however, 30 years later, Columbus, what is his real name, put out a statement that I bullied myself into the movie. Nothing could be further from the truth. That cameo helped make the movie a success. Ladies and gentlemen, I highly doubt that. Donald Trump is just lying through his teeth. Continuing with the article. Just another Hollywood guy from the past looking for a quick fix of Trump publicity for himself. Columbus didn't respond to Trump's post at the time, but he told the Chronicle he originally intended to cut the cameo, then changed his mind after a test screening. We screened the film in Chicago, and when that movie came on screen, the audience went crazy, Columbus said. They cheered and they cheered and they thought it was hilarious. I think I know a lot about comedy, but I don't, obviously, because I never thought that was going to be considered hilarious. Years later, it's become this curse. It's become this thing that I wish it was not there, he said. What's going through this guy's mind? He said I was lying. I'm not lying. I said I begged him to be in the movie. But there's no world I would ever beg a non-actor to be in a movie. But we were desperate to get the Plaza Hotel. But it's there. It's become an albatross for me. I just wish it was gone, he said. He also said that he can't cut it now. I'll be considered sort of not fit to live in the United States, so I'll have to go back to Italy or something, he said, referencing the Trump administration's mass deportation plans and his Italian heritage. Other movies Trump made cameos in before his political career included Little Rascals, The Rascal and Zoolander. Ladies and gentlemen, never miss a story sign up for People's free daily newsletter to stay up to date on the best of what People has to offer, free from celebrity news to compelling human, has to offer from celebrity news to compelling human interest stories. Ladies and gentlemen, before we continue with the article, I want to clear one thing up for Chris. Considering how he said he's from Italy, as long as you have citizenship in the United States, Donald Trump is clearly breaking the law if he forces you out of the United States without due process. Referencing the Supreme Court, ladies and gentlemen, recent decision that says that he has to allow for due process if he considers the due process ladies and gentlemen, he is technically not breaking law, but if he does not consider due process, he is breaking the law. But he's also breaking the law by deporting people who have legal citizenship. Referencing the ongoing litigation and court battles with Armando Abrigo Garcia. Continuing with the articles, ladies and gentlemen. In 2019, ladies and gentlemen, Trump tweeted, "The movie will never be the same. Just kidding," after he learned his cameo was cut from comedian broadcasts of Home Alone 2. But the cut was made in 2014 for time before he became a politician. In 2021, Culkin, 44, supported calls to cut Trump out of the Christmas classic. A fan tweeted, "Petition to digitally replace Trump in Home Alone 2 with 40-year-old Macaulay, Macaulay, Culkin." Culkin responded, "Sold." Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for today's legal breaking reporting. If you did enjoy this reporting, please make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. As well as hit the bell icon that is right next to the subscribe button down below the screen right here on the right hand side. And click the all notifications option. You guys can also do so by stay up to date by following me on my social medias that I will have linked down below in the video description below. I'm on Instagram, Snapchat, Threads, as well as TikTok. There, ladies and gentlemen, you guys can stay up to date and in the know-how of when I upload brand new videos and brand new fresh content to the channel, and in the form of legal breaking analysis videos. Thirdly, ladies and gentlemen, please help me reach and achieve the goal of 150 plus subscribers. The reason why I am saying 150 plus subscribers, ladies and gentlemen, is because right after we reach and achieve the goal of 150 subscribers, we have more subscribers to reach and achieve right after we reach and achieve the goal of 150 subscribers. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, until my next legal breaking reporting, please stay positive, please stay safe, always look for the points of light in today's darkness of an unfortunate presidency world of Donald Trump, and know that justice will prevail despite on the correct side of the law, despite Donald Trump's and his illegal administration's unlawful, illegal, unconstitutional efforts and unconstitutional actions, and prevail and serve actual consequences eventually to him and his administration.